everybody, welcome to class today. Today is going to be a quick flexibility flow, mostly on the ground with a few standing poses. It's going to be an all levels class, but it is quite strong, so take modifications where you need. If you like these classes, please remember to like and subscribe, and if you want to know more about personalised programs, feel free to head over to my website or to my Instagram, which is all in the show notes below. We're going to get started today at the back of the mat in an extended child's pose. Starting in your child's pose, actively engage your arms, lifting the elbows off the mat. Sinking the hips back towards the heels, take 3 long deep breaths in and out through the nose. And then keeping the left hand extended, inhale, and then as you exhale, thread the right arm underneath, palm faces towards the ceiling, coming to rest on the right ear. Inhale, extend the right arm. Exhale, thread the left arm under, palm faces up. And then inhale, extend both arms, one more breath. Exhale, round through to tabletop. Take a few rounds of cat-cow, knees under the hips, shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, drop the belly, reach the sternum forward. Exhale, round the spine, press the floor away. 3 more just like that. Moving into all the areas of stiffness or stagnation in your spine, your shoulders, and your hips. And then coming back to tabletop, keep the left hand grounded. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Try and keep the pelvis even. Exhale, sweep it through to hover. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, sweep through. One more. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, take it through. This time come to rest on the back of the right shoulder. You could stay here, or you could extend the left leg behind you, maybe lifting it to the height of the hip. Or you could take the left hand up towards the sky and maybe reach it around for the right thigh. Gently draw the left hip down in line with the right as you spiral the right ribs to the left. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, plant everything down. On your next inhale, sweep the right arm to the sky. And then exhale, set it down. Inhale, sweep the left arm. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, trying to keep the pelvis even. Exhale, sweep it through. One more, inhale. And then exhale, this time come to rest on the back of that left shoulder. You could stay here or extend the right leg, maybe lifting it to a hover, and maybe getting fancy pants, taking the right hand to the sky, reaching around for the left hip, inner thigh. Gently draw the right hip down, spiral the left ribs to the right. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, set everything down. Inhale, open the arm to the sky. Exhale, set it down. Walk the hands forward for Anahatasana, puppy pose. Keep the hips over the knees as you sink the chest down. Maybe the chin, forehead, or chest comes to rest on the floor, depending on your flexibility. Wherever you are, strongly ground through the hands as you send the tailbone up towards the sky. And then from here, you're going to start to walk yourself back into a child's pose position. Bend at the elbows, bring the palms together up above your head like a little shark fin. And see if you can get the thumbs to the back of the neck, inviting space into the triceps. And then plant the hands forward. As you inhale, you're going to round the spine, coming into cat pose. Exhale to neutral. Inhale, come into cow pose, drop the belly, send the hips back to the heels. And then as you exhale, you're going to round the spine, come forward to cat. Inhale, drop the belly, send the hips to the heels. Exhale, round it forward. One more like that. Inhale, drop the belly, send the hips back. Exhale, scoop the belly, round it forward. Tuck under through the toes, take an inhale, and then as you exhale, you're going to send the hips back to the heels, and then start to straighten the legs for downward dog. Taking a couple of breaths to pedal the feet, do whatever you need to do. Making sure that the wrist creases are parallel to the front edge of the mat, even grounding through both hands. Active arms. And bend the knees as much as you need to get the chest to work towards the thighs, inviting length into the spine and the side body. On your next inhale, sweep the right leg up. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring the space between the big toe and the second toe to your Achilles tendon on the left. And then gently draw the left heel down towards the floor. Think of the left hip gently drawing back towards the back of the mat to keep the hips even. And then on your next inhale, look forward. You're going to shift forward to plank. You can always drop the knees if you need to. Make sure that the wrists are underneath the shoulders. Stay here. Feel free to drop the knees. Inhale, shift forward, and then as you exhale, hug the elbows, lower halfway down to chaturanga. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward dog. Release the right foot. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. And then as you exhale, bring that toe space to the Achilles tendon, gently drawing the right heel down. Making sure you stay engaged through the arms. And then look towards the front of the mat. Shift forward to plank, keeping the toes on the Achilles tendon. You can always drop the knees, otherwise shift forward, inhale. Exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take the feet apart and then step them forward about a footprint. Center the left hand slightly, reach the right hand back for the left ankle, and twist towards the left. Keep both heels descending evenly. You could choose to stay here, or you could come up onto the right toes and maybe float the right leg off, keeping the left hip hugging in. The leg can lift any amount or not at all. Keep the right leg lifting, plant the right hand, come back to a three-legged dog, inhale. And then exhale, shift forward to a single leg plank. You can always modify as you need to. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, single leg chaturanga. Inhale, single leg plank. Exhale, downward dog. All are options. You can always drop the knees or use 2 feet. Step the feet a little bit closer, take the left foot to the right ankle, and then start to look underneath the right arm, sending both feet down towards the floor evenly. And you can choose to stay here or find a gazing point on the mat, hug the right hip in, and maybe start to float the left foot. One side's probably harder than the other. This is my dodgy side. Too many broken bones. And then slowly set the left hand down, look forward, shift forward, single leg plank option. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, single leg plank. Exhale, downward dog. Walk the feet back towards the hands and take opposite hand to opposite elbow, Uttanasana. Bending and straightening through opposite knees, inviting length into the hamstrings. And then taking the peace fingers, hook them around the big toes, feet at hips distance. Inhale, shine the sternum forward. And then exhale, bend the elbows off to the side. Padangusthasana. You can bend the knees as much as you need to. And then keeping the hook with the right side, take the left hand to the left hip, shift the weight to the left, slight bend in through the knee, and then bringing the foot with you, you're going to come all the way to standing on your left leg. So you could stay here, or you could hold on to the right shin with the right hand, or come into Utthita Padangusthasana, extending the right leg out in front of you. Keep the hips even, so the right hip's going to want to hike up. Try and drop it down in line with the left. There's an option to open the right leg out to the right. And inhale back to center. And as you exhale, bend the right knee slowly with control. Start to set it back down to the floor. Rehook the left toes. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Take the right hand to the right hip. Slightly bend the right knee. And then come to standing on the right foot. You can keep the left knee bent. You can hold on to the shin, or you can start to extend that left leg out in front of you, drawing the left shoulder back, the left hip down. You can stay just here, or if you want to open up that left hip to the left, only go so far that you can keep both hip points facing towards the front. If you came out, inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bend the knee, and then slowly start to set it back down to the floor with control. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, walk back out, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up, and then exhale, draw the left hip back slightly. Feel the evenness in through the pelvis. And then see how low you can get your chest to the floor, keeping the shoulders even. You should feel a really big stretch in through the hamstring. And then from here, bend the right knee, send it up towards the sky. Again, drawing that right shoulder down in line with the left, seeing how close you can get the chest to the floor as you see how high you can get the right knee towards the sky. Right heel towards the bum. Inhale, three-legged dog. And then as you exhale, you're going to cross the right knee over, tap the left elbow, shoot the leg out, fallen triangle. Rotate to the outside edge of the right foot, inside edge of the left foot, and raise the left arm up. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, set both hands down and then set the hips down on the floor. If you can, rotate to the toes of the back foot. You might need to scoot the right foot down a little bit. This is a little bit of an awkward pose. It's not my favorite, but it's really good at opening up the ITB on that front leg. You're working the torso towards the front of the mat. Bonus, you get a really nice big twist here. And then from here, you're just going to rotate so that your torso is in between your legs. Your legs are nice and wide, toes point up towards the sky. Inhale, Send the chest nice and tall. You might stay here with the hands propped, or as you exhale, you might start to walk the hands in front of you. Wherever you are, I want you to think of length as opposed to just getting your nose all the way to the floor. If you can get your nose to the floor with your spine nice and long, kudos. And then from here, you're just going to walk your hands back to the front of the mat. And we're going to come back to fallen triangle. So set the feet up, inside edge of the back foot, outside edge of the front. Inhale, fallen triangle. And then as you exhale, take that left hand down, step it back to single leg downward dog. And then exhale, step the right foot forward, low lunge. Come up onto the fingertips, send the left heel back, engage the left leg as you sink the hips down. So you've got this opposition of sinking and rebounding, so you're not just dumping into the joints, you're stretching the muscles and using the body to get length. Send the sternum forward. Stay up on the fingertips, or maybe hover the fingertips back behind you if you want a little bit more. Send the sternum forward so the belly lifts off the thighs by it. And then set the hands down. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Set the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes. Inhale, hug the elbows close. Peel the chest up, cobra. Press the pubic bone into the floor to lengthen the lower spine. Exhale, roll it down. 2 more. Inhale, peel up, cobra. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, peel up, cobra. Exhale, take it down. Tuck the toes, knees up or down. Hug the elbows. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, draw the right hip back. Hold for a few breaths, descending the right heel, even though it may never touch. And then opening up that left hip to the sky, left heel to the bum. Sink that left shoulder down in line with the right as you see how low you can dip your chest to the floor and how much you can rotate the hip open. It brings a little twist into the spine as well as opening the hips and the shoulders and the hammy. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, shift forward, left knee, right elbow, shoot the left leg out to the side, land on the outside edge of the foot, and then inhale, open up, fallen triangle. And then as you exhale, take the right hand down, and you're just going to come down onto the hip, taking the toes of the right foot to the floor if you can. If you can't, don't stress. Just adds a little bit more. Making any adjustments in the front leg that you need to, and then working your torso towards the front of the mat. If this causes you any discomfort in your lower back, back off the twist, or feel free to come into pigeon. Take one more breath, send the spine a little taller. And then as you exhale, you're just going to rotate yourself in between your open legs. This time, you're going to take the right hand, slip it under the right calf, or just rest it on the shin. Think side body here, so keep the torso facing forward as you inhale, reach that left arm up and over for the right foot. So you're not rotating the torso towards the shin, you're keeping it towards the front of the mat, or the front of the body. You should feel a big, big stretching through the left side body. And if you can grab your toes, make sure you keep opening the chest towards the sky. Inhale, come up through center, and then you're just going to take it to the other side. Hand either on top of the shin or under the calf, and then side bend over towards the left, keeping the right hip grounded as much as you can. Inhale, bring yourself through center. Exhale, rotate back to the front of the mat, coming into fallen triangle, plant the left hand. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. And then exhale, take it back, three-legged dog. Inhale, send the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Come up onto the fingertips, feet at hips distance. Inhale, shine the chest forward. Exhale, think of pulling the left hip crease back slightly, hugging the left hip in as you strongly rebound that right leg up to the sky. If this is too much, you can of course always drop the bottom knee. And you can choose to stay up here on your fingertips, or you can run the hands back behind you, sending the sternum long, lifting the belly off the thigh. Looping the shoulder heads away from the floor wherever you're at. One more inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back to plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, hug the elbows, lower all the way to the belly. This time, take the hands off the mat, tent the fingertips, elbows come to the ceiling. Strongly press through the feet and the pubic bone. Inhale, peel the chest up. Exhale, roll it down. Think of moving segment by segment. Inhale, roll it up, maybe come a little bit higher. Exhale, roll it down. One more like that. Inhale, peel up. And then exhale, roll down. This time you're going to come into a mini lift. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, drop the right shoulder, turn the torso over towards the left. You should feel a nice big stretching through the front of the right shoulder. Keep the legs engaged, maybe the knees lift. Inhale, bring it back through center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder, rotate to the right. Inhale, bring it back through center. Exhale, roll it down. Plant the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, raise the right leg. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, pyramid pose. So straighten through the front leg. Send the back heel down towards the floor, even though it probably won't touch. And then draw the right hip underneath you. You can always take the fingers to blocks. Or you can start to walk the hands forwards, coming up onto the fingertips. Or walk the hands backwards towards the back of the mat. It really just kind of depends on what feels the best in your body. You could stay here, or you could flex that front ankle, drawing the toes off the floor, drawing the right hip back more, increasing the hamstring stretch. And then setting it down, exhale. Inhale, come into your low lunge. Exhale, set the back knee down. Plant the left hand, reach the right hand back, bend the left knee, and reach for the foot. You can always have a strap or a towel, and you can always just skip this bit if it's too much. Staying in your low lunge or a twist. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly release the foot to the floor. You're going to start to walk yourself back, straightening through the front leg, and bring the sit bones to sit on the inside of the left ankle. So your left heel is now on the outside of the hip. If that's too much, sit up on a blanket, sit up on a prop, or you can sit on top of your heel, that's also fine. Otherwise, getting the extra quad stretch here, the feet are hips distance apart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. I find it helps to keep the pelvis even if you cross the left hand to the outside of the right foot. You can also take the right hand off to the right and gently use it to push you slightly to the left, as you'll tend to fall to the right. Triangle Mukha Paschimottanasana. I'm pretty sure this pose is called. I could be wrong. It's long and tricky. That's why I've forgotten what it's called. Take one more breath. And then as you exhale, you're going to take the right hand to the right, swing the left leg up and over to the outside of the right knee. You could stay here, or you could bend the right knee so that the right heel comes by the left hip. Take the left hand behind you. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Exhale, cross it over. Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fishes pose. Inhales take you longer, exhales take you deeper. Slowly unwind. And you're going to stack the knees and then start to crawl yourself forward for Gomukhasana, working the shins towards parallel. You could stay here, or you could take the right hand overhead, the left hand behind, reaching for the bind, the strap, or your t-shirt. Try and keep both sit bones grounded evenly on the floor. Both outside edges of the feet are also on the floor. If this doesn't work for you, you can take a simple cross-legged position. And then from here, you're just going to crawl it forward, crawl over your hands, step back to plank, inhale, exhale, chaturanga, inhale, up dog or cobra, exhale, downward dog. Now we try and remember it all on the other side. Inhale, sweep the left leg up, exhale, step it through. Inhale, pyramid pose, straightening through the left leg, drawing back through the left hip, sending the right heel down. Walking the hands forward or backwards or wherever feels good for you. I encourage you to invite length into the spine and the side body as well as the hamstring, as opposed to just trying to get your forehead to the shin. You could stay here, or you could start to peel the toes off, drawing the left hip back more, increasing the hamstring stretch. And then inhale, low lunge. Exhale, set the knee down. Plant the right hand. You could either stay here in a twist or reach the left hand back for the right foot, coming into the quad stretch. Opening up through the shoulder and the chest. And then slowly releasing the foot. Start to walk yourself back, either to sit on top of the heel or to the inside of the ankle. Feet are hips distance apart, or the legs are facing out of the hips. There we go. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, take the forward fold. You can always have the left hand off to the left to help to even you out. And slowly roll yourself up. Take the left hand to the left, swing the hips to the left, and then take the right foot, stamp it to the outside of the left knee. Stay or bend the left knee, bringing the left heel by the right hip. Take the right hand behind you. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. Exhale, twist Ardha Matsyendrasana. And then slowly release your twist. From here, you're just going to slide the right foot more to the right, coming to the outside edge of the foot, stacking the knees for Gomukhasana. You could stay here and crawl the hands forwards, or this time you could take the left hand up and over, the right hand behind, and grab a bind. You can hold on to your t-shirt, your hands, a strap, whatever you've got available. You can fold forward here if you can keep the sit bones grounded evenly. And then slowly releasing. From here, you're just going to crawl yourself forward, take it through one final vinyasa. And meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, lower all the way onto the belly. Prop yourself up into Sphinx pose, so bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. Forearms are parallel. Inhale, shine the chest forward. Exhale, strongly press into the legs and the pubic bone. You could stay here in Sphinx pose, or we'll take Bakasana. Cross the left arm across so it's parallel with the front edge of your mat. Bend the right knee. You might stay just grabbing the outside of the ankle for a quad stretch, or bring the right hand to the inside of the foot, rotate the fingers to the front of the mat as the elbow comes up to the sky, and then work the shoulders towards the front of the mat. Try and keep the knee from splaying out. You want to keep it about in line with the hip. Heel coming to the outside of the hip. And then slowly releasing. You take it over to the other side. There's always the option to take both sides at the same time if you're flexible enough, which I am definitely not. So take it to your level. You can always have a strap around the ankle and just use that to pull the heel towards you. And then exhale, slowly release. Take one more breath in Sphinx pose. And then exhale, lower it down to the mat. Just give the hips a wiggle from side to side. And then nothing fancy, we're literally just going to roll onto our back. So you can make it fancy if you want to, otherwise you can just do a log roll. And then gently draw the knees in towards the ribs. So as opposed to rolling into a ball, think more of compressing the shins into the backs of the thighs, and then the thighs into the hips. A little bit less of a shock for the lower back. And then draw the knees together, take the hands off to capital T. And then you're just going to drop the knees over to the left. Try and keep the knees stacked and the right shoulder drawing towards the floor. If you have another supine twist that you prefer, you can always feel free to take it. And then inhale yourself through center. Exhale over to the right, stacking the knees, drawing the left hip away from the shoulder and the left shoulder towards the floor. And then inhale yourself back through center. And reach for the outside edges of the feet, the calves, the knees, and come into happy baby. letting the lower back spread wide on the mat as you draw the thighs and the knees down towards the floor. Inner thigh stretch. You can play around with straightening the knees if you want to, maybe rocking from side to side. And then bringing the soles together. We're going to finish today in Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of the feet together, rest them on the floor, let the knees come out wide, and take one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Take a nice deep inhale, feel both hands rise. And then exhale, feel everything relax. One more like that. Inhale through the nose. And let it all go through the mouth. And with your hand on your heart, feel the slow, steady rhythm of your life. And with the hand on the belly, feel the ease of the ebb and the flow of your breath. And take a moment of gratitude that both of these things happen all day long without your conscious effort, keeping you alive. Please stay here as long as you have time for. Today, as you go forward, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. Namaste.